Welcome to the Gurukul Prep Daily Podcast on 14th July. Update 1. Important Day. Bastille Day or French National Day, 14th July. French National Day, often known as Bastille Day, is observed on 14th July every year. It commemorates the storming of the Bastille on 14th July 1789, a key event in the French Revolution. Bastille Day also commemorates the Fête de la Fédération, which occurred on 14th July 1790. The Fête de la Fédération was a celebration of togetherness held 1 year after the Bastille was stormed. More than 100,000 people attended the event, which included speeches, military parades, and fireworks. The name, Bastille Day, is actually mistermed. The French don't actually call it Bastille Day in French. The name is Fête du 14 Juillet, which simply means 14th July celebration, according to the Library of Congress. Update 2. Books. IRS Swati Chopra's book of poems, The Mosaic, released in Delhi. Bansuri Swaraj, a member of parliament, and Hardyal Singh, former Chief Commissioner of Income Tax at India International Centre, released a book named The Mosaic, which is a collection of poems written by Indian Revenue Service (IRS) official Swati Chopra. During the ceremony, key guests Bansuri Swaraj and Hardyal Singh discussed the poet's remarkable collection of poetry and read a few poems from the book. Chopra, a 2011 batch IRS officer, is presently posted in Panchkula as Additional Commissioner, CGST. Update 3. Books. Migrant worker's son translates Malayalam story to Hindi. Kerala school publishes book. Aryan Thakur, born and nurtured in Kerala by his parents, Sanoj Kumar Thakur and Dimpal Devi, who relocated to Kochi from Bihar's Rohtas region 12 years ago, speaks Malayalam well. Thakur, a Class 8 student at St. Albert's High School in Kochi, recently translated a short story from Malayalam to Hindi. The 19-page book, Pyaj Karhi or Nau Ki Pahada, was launched at a special occasion at Sri Rudra Vilasam UP School in Kochi, which Thakur attended until Class 7. He translated a short story by award-winning writer Priya A.S. titled Ullithiyalam on Pathinte Pattikayum from his Malayalam textbook. Update 4. Defense. Indian Air Force contingent in Australia to participate in exercise Pitchback 2024. The Indian Air Force, IAF, has sent a large detachment to take part in exercise Pitch Black 2024 at the Royal Australian Air Force, RAF, base in Darwin, Australia. The exercise, which runs from 12th July to 2nd August 2024, is a biennial global event organized by the RAF. This year's event is expected to be the largest in its 43-year history, with participation from 20 countries, over 140 aircraft, and around 4,435 military personnel. Exercise Pitch Black focuses on large force employment, LFE, warfare, a concept that involves coordinating large numbers of aircraft in complex missions. Update 5. Economy. Kotak Mahindra Mutual Fund launches BSE PSU Index Fund. The BSE PSU Index Fund, a passive equity plan that will mimic the BSE PSU Index, has been introduced by Kotak Mahindra AMC. Currently, 56 public sector undertaking PSU equities from various sectors are included in the index. Devender Singhal, fund manager at the AMC, said, while individual PSU stocks may exhibit varying performance, this index-based approach allows investors to potentially benefit from the overall growth and reforms in the public sector. As India continues its economic trajectory, this fund offers investors a chance to be part of that journey through a comparatively cost-effective and systematically managed investment vehicle. Update 6. Economy. RBI eases LRS norms for investment via GIFT IFSC. The Reserve Bank of India has broadened the liberalized remittance scheme, LRS, to to include International Financial Services Centers (IFSCs). The Apex Bank permitted authorized individuals to facilitate transfers for the purpose of obtaining financial services or goods within IFSCs in accordance with the International Financial Services Centers Authority Act of 2019. It has also permitted current or capital account transactions overseas, except foreign IFSCs, through a foreign currency account (FCA). For these purposes, resident individuals can open an FCA at GIFT IFSC. Update 7. National DRDO 7 new projects awarded to industries under Technology Development Fund Scheme. The Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, has granted 7 new projects to enterprises under the Technology Development Fund plan to meet the needs of the armed forces, aerospace, and defense sectors. The approved projects include the creation of ice-detecting sensors for aircraft, underwater-launched unmanned aerial vehicles, and long-range remotely operated vehicles for detection and neutralization. The ministry said, the indigenous development of these technologies will strengthen the military-industrial ecosystem. Update 8. Rank and Report. Ireland surpasses Mauritius in preferred FPI destinations. Mauritius, formerly a top destination for foreign portfolio investors, FPIs, routing funds into India, has slid to 5th place after Ireland in terms of assets under custody, AUC, as of 30th June. Ireland ranked 4th with an AUC of 4.41 trillion rupees, slightly higher than Mauritius, which had an AUC of 4.39 trillion rupees at the end of June 2024, according to data from the National Securities Depository, NSDL. The gap between the two jurisdictions becomes more pronounced when examining pure equity holdings. Update 9. Sports. James Anderson retires from Test cricket. James Anderson's retirement from Test cricket for England marks the end of an era. The veteran sprinter has ended his storied 21-year career. Anderson has the most wickets of any fast bowler in Test history, with 704 in 188 appearances. Anderson's former compatriot Stuart Broad, who has already retired, is the only other pacer with more than 600 Test wickets, namely 604. Anderson retired with a record 188 Test appearances, the second most for a player after Sachin Tendulkar, who played 200 Tests. Among the current active players, Australia's Nathan Lyon is the next in line with 129 Test appearances. Update 10. State. Second phase of construction begins on world's largest Ramayan temple in Bihar. The second phase of building on the world's largest Ramayan temple has recently begun in Bihar's East Champaran district. The Virat Ramayan Mandir, once completed, will be 3 times the size of the Ram Mandir in Ayodhya. The temple, estimated to cost 500 crore rupees, will feature the world's largest Shivaling. The temple's construction draws inspiration from Angkor Wat in Cambodia, the Ramnathaswamy Temple at Rameswaram, Tamil Nadu, and the Meenakshi Sundareshwar Temple in Madurai. The construction of the 3-story temple, spread over an area of 3.76 lakh sq ft, began in June 2023 and is expected to be complete in 2025.